We come into this world unknown, but know that we are not alone. They try to knock us down, but change is coming. It's our time now.
Hey, everybody loses it. Everybody wants to throw it all away sometimes. And hey, yeah, I know what you're going through. Don't let it get the best of you. You'll make it out alive. Oh, people like us, we gotta stick together.
want, this is what you get. This is what you want, this is what you get. This is what you want, this is what you get. This is what you want, this is what you get. This is what you want, this is what you get.
Sunday school is a place for fools. It's hot in hell, but the devil's cool. Don't keep Satan waiting. Don't keep Satan waiting. So don't just sit there, join the club. Sell your soul to Beelzebub.
Hey, everybody, as I count Jackula, your favorite satanic streamer, blah, 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Hi, Stacy. Hey, Neckerbat. How you doing? Blue blah 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 blue blah blue blue blah bee 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 blah. Oh man. Good to see all you. I woke up and the world was dumber than usual today. You know? Let's see, I wonder why. I wonder why. Oh, Rose says, I don't have money to donate, but I want to say thank you for opening my spiritual pursuits. Excellent. You're welcome. I'm glad it's going. Hello, Mrs. Weirdo. You're dying from toxic positivity from at work? Well, allow me to fucking give you the cure. The world is fucked up. Everything is harder. You know, you can't just have everything you want by manifesting it. You know, some white girl on fucking TikTok is not gonna provide you with spiritual enlightenment. Not gonna happen. You know, fucking eat, pray, love. How just fucking get divorced. Fucking stuff your face. That's what that fucking book should be called. one white woman's like story of bravery about going on vacation. Are you fucking serious? You fucking kidding me? Like, that book was bullshit from the start. Lake Morris, more truth in that than there was in Trump's whatever that was. Hey, Kara. I don't know why I kind of like that comment. Like, you know, the more Trump's whatever that was. You know? Yeah, maybe he'll be like fucking what's his name? William Henry Harrison, you know, and give like this huge speech that fucking causes him to get pneumonia and die. You know, that'd be pretty cool. Oh no, we shouldn't wish death upon our political enemies. You sure about that? You sure about that? I think about that all the time, and I'm just sort of like, no, we're rapidly getting past this. Hey, like, let's all just like be cool. Everyone's saying it doesn't believe it either. Like, that's the thing that kind of gets me. It's sort of like, well, they don't want violence. Nobody wants. Very few people want violence, but I mean, you can tell it's like, oh God, do I gotta say this? Like, really? Really? We abhor violence? Really? Like, I don't know about that. Oh, you know that feeling when you hit a spiritual brick wall, but you keep seeking out that answer? Yes. That is called that stage. You know, like, do something else for a while. It'll go away. You know, going with a friend to a Zen temple in a month, learn meditation. No YouTubers going to the no. Go that. Do that. You're getting written up for being heard saying to myself off the phone, stupid people calling in making stupid choices. No, they're too stupid to have phones. Stupid phone bill. Oh my God. You can't have a bad attitude without the customers. You know, I don't know. Like, if you're in customer service, like if you're in customer service or something like that, like as long as it doesn't happen with the customer where they can hear you, I getting written up for that is the dumbest thing ever. Well, you just don't have the proper attitude. I mean, I'm not a complete cunt. I mean, like, come on. I've worked in customer service. People bitch about that shit all the time when the phone is off. Problem is you get hyper focused. Well, there you go. Do something else for a while, it'll go away. Yeah, like they either never worked their call center or there's some sort of extra bullshit going on. Yeah, well, this customer doesn't hear it. Who gives a shit? Like, no. Like, maybe you don't want to say that where the customer could hear you, but you're allowed to complain outside of that. Come on. Oh, you can't have a bad attitude with the customer. Well, not to their face. I mean, like, come on. You're at T-Mobile call center? Oh, come on. Well, no, that's like, well, then who gives a shit? You know, like, come on. Like, you know, you taking the calls when they come, you solving people's problems. Then again, that's a big problem when you work customer service. Like that to me has always been the biggest problem with customer service. It's like customer has a problem you're not allowed to solve. You just you're getting paid to it feels like you get paid just so that like some executive doesn't have to get yelled at by a customer. For a decision they made, right? For a decision that management made. It's like, no, I can't do anything about it, like, and you always feel bad because you're like, well, I'm not allowed to do anything about it. I mean, technically I could do something, but then I'll get fired. Oh my God. How did I know your boss was a woman before you even said it? Like, do I have to get? I don't have to guess her ethnicity either, do I? Like, I would bet any amount of money she's a white woman. Possibly even a churchgoer. That would be. Hey, Nitro G. Some days I feel like they want me to snatch the last pennies from a. Yeah. Oh, Stacy's like, yes. Yeah, of course. Of course. Like, no one else gonna write you up for, like, fucking, complaining where no one else can hear you, like, nobody else is gonna care. Nobody else is gonna care. It's like politeness. Oh, you should have a better attitude. Fuck you. That's my attitude. Shut up. Did I hear about the Microsoft outage? I did hear about it. I was completely unaffected. I mean, I'm betting you. I have several friends who were very affected. Because they're like, like system engineers and shit. So like, I guarantee that they had to deal with that. Hope you don't have one of those smart appliances, like, it's not stupid. It's advanced. Hey, Raideen Bomb. Yeah, no, let's see. See if I can find that clip.
Grr, reporting for duty.
Grr? What does the G stand for?
I don't know.
Is it supposed to be stupid?
It's not stupid. It's advanced.
Yep. I couldn't believe that shit. I could not believe that shit. Where it was just like, well, how bad of an error is this? Oops. I wonder what happened to Microsoft stock. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, for some reason there's like this 60-point drop that happens. Oh, what happened today that might have caused that? Oh my God. Oh. Bad day to be Microsoft. Well, not that bad. I mean, like, they're still above where they were earlier this year, I guess. Yeah, no, things steadily climbing up for them, but there was definitely a drop. Good Lord. Cloud strike update causes global IT outage. Oh my God. Dow is down. S&P 500 is down. Everything's down. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Okay. This is hilarity. The one tech stock that went up, Apple. Just because it's not Microsoft, right? Oh, oh my God. Mm. You have to excuse me. Like, allergies got me a bit. Yeah, I'm on anti-allergy medication. Still getting me a little bit. Oh man. Oh crap. That. Yeah, I did see long legs. It's good. It's good. Me and Guru did a vlog on it. Let's see, is it up? I don't keep track of this stuff like I should. Yes, it is up.
Greetings, fellow Gorehound.
No, and that's it. It's a 21-minute vlog.
Two ways. Either she's at her head.
p.m. Pacific Standard Time to whenever I feel like it. I also stream on Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same time. You can find me there. Count
The notification bell. Way
all right. Yeah, who's too expensive now? Well, it's interesting because, like, it turns out that Microsoft stock has been above Apple stock for quite a while. Good Lord. Oh, boy. What a day. Eh, what a day. Boy. You know, I've been thinking about my own porn consumption habits, and I've come to the conclusion that I definitely need a level of narrative for me to care. Like, it can't just be like naked chick. It has to be like naked chick doing something. And like naked chick using a dildo on herself don't count. Like, there's no problem if that's part of the overall, narrative, but it can't be the only thing. Like, something has to be going on. Like, if you got a girl, with a big rack, but she has to exorcise a ghost from her apartment, like, now I'm in. Now I'm in. Like, sure, the ghost is going to appear. It's going to be a dude or a chick, and they're going to fuck. But, like, somehow, like, that changes everything for me. Is it higher or lower since 2020? I would have to have done a longitudinal study to actually know, but it feels like it's about the same. You know, like even if it's like the shittiest like special effects, as long as there's like something going on. Like, she's a pirate captain and she's got to fight a giant octopus or something, like, okay, yeah, there we go. We can keep going. Or there's a straight or like there's a strange heat link in her kiln or something, Yeah, otherwise I'm kind of eh. Yeah, Invasion of the Samurai Sluts from Hell. That sounds like a good one. Yeah, what I'm saying is I can't just like go and be like it's one of my problems with Pornhub, to be totally honest. Because in Pornhub it's all like, fat white chick gets railed by 5 big black cocks, you're like, and I always kind of find myself going like, that seems like a very specific search result. I mean, I'm sure everyone who's into that is watching it a 1,000 times, which is how they work. But I always found myself going like, "Do you want anything else?" Like, you know, anything. Cause it's not even like girl gets fucked by basketball team. It's literally just like it'll literally just be like, some girl getting fucked by like 5 identical looking bald black guys. I'm like, are they quintuplets or something? Like they all have like they're all bald, they all have like the same facial hair or something. And you're like, Jack, you sound like you've seen this. I have actually. I have. Were you looking for it? No, I wasn't. I was looking for other fucking porn and I just saw the thumbnail and I was like, that looks like one girl getting reamed by the same guy, but there are 5 of him. Click. Well, it didn't lie. It's not like YouTube where like you'll have some bullshit thumbnail that isn't about what the video is. No, that was 100% what it was. Yeah, see, Chrome Bison, like that's an actual narrative. Like I could go with that. I could go with that easy. No, there are stakes. There's stakes involved in that one. It's probably why I love the porn parodies like so much. Like if you guys know about the porn parodies, right? Like where it's like it's a porno, but they're parodying like Clerks or Godzilla or frickin' Cloverfield or something, I actually really liked those because the only problem I had with them is I didn't find them particularly arousing, but I loved watching them. Yeah, the problem I have with a lot of like Pornhub porn is it's just money shot, which I mean, if you're gonna get the if you're gonna get the free part of something, that's good value. But after a while, you're just sort of like, yeah, kind of bored. I need stakes, And sometimes it could be real simple, like, does this bra still fit? There's a bit of mystery there. There's a mystery to be solved. And then sometimes you see something that you're just like, what? Like the aforementioned, like, like girl gets reamed by like 5 identical black dudes. It was weird. Because they all had the same physique, right? Like they weren't bad looking guys, like in fact, they were like really in shape, really cut. It was just funny. It was like, there probably weren't even 5 of them, probably only like 3. But it's like a porn movie, so like the stagecraft is all fucked up. So it's like, how many guys are there here? I know there's more than one.
There's a cuckold.
Like, Dan Harmon has a great bit about this one cuckold porn that he saw. Which, you know, like he admits, like no, this is a thing he looks for. You know, this is a thing he into. Oh, yeah, like I don't have a problem with amateur porn, except that like I kind of miss the extra mile. Like, and I don't need a lot. I think I just need like more amateur porn that goes the extra mile. Oh no, I'm having sex with a vampire, you know, like shit like that. Or a guy in a Wolfman mask, you know, like, or a girl in a Wolfman mask. That'd be just as good.
There's a cuckold porn video where a woman is sitting on her bed in a
Now this doesn't show any nudity, so we're good.
bathrobe, and then the door opens, the bedroom door opens, and there's this guy comes in, and he's on a hoverboard, one of those hoverboards, and he has a helmet on, and it has blinking lights on it, and he goes,
Is he the
"Hey."
protagonist or?
Yes. Just don't.
Sorry. Go ahead.
And he comes in and he goes, "Hey, honey, look at me. Oh, look what I got. Beep, beep, I'm a robot. Beep, beep, beep." And he's like twirling around on his hoverboard.
For real?
And she's like, what's going on? What's going on? Because like they're all porn actors and they've all been told to say certain things at certain times, but it's already fucked up. And then this like weird, like this guy comes in, creeping in after the hoverboard guy, and he goes like, "I gotta tell you, your husband, he took to this thing like I've never seen, and it's just $700." And she's like,
How did you pay for that?
and then the guy is like, he's like, "Well, I gotta tell you, he bought the hoverboard, so I don't know what to tell you." It's just like, and it just goes on and on, like watching porn people who have never had a single UCB workshop, like, and you know, like the camera, like, you know, when you watch, like the camera will just cut sometimes because it's like they're just in a circle. It's like the ants' march of death, like because they're just like they don't know how to stop asking questions and denying each other. Like, what do you mean I can't do this? Well, something's got to be done, but I can't do this. And then it'll cut to like a slightly different angle, but it's a different time of day. And then they're like, okay, well here, how do we work this out? Because they've been like cattle prodded. The woman finally goes like, well, there must be some way we can work this out. And but then the guy is on the hoverboard, and he's just like having a great time on the hoverboard. And then the guy, the supposed alpha male, who is not in control of the scene, because they understand cuckold craft, they understand porn craft, they don't understand stagecraft, and they don't understand the effect of a fucking hoverboard. This guy is not going to be the low status character no matter what they do. This is the China syndrome of cuckold porn. Like, it is they were fucked before they started, and everyone in the scene is fucked. But the guy sits on the bed and he goes like, well, something's got to get worked out. And the guy just keeps like backing into furniture, and he's like, and she goes like, well, I'd like to work it out. And then the guy says, are you thinking how to work this out same way I'm thinking how to work this out?
That's actual dialogue?
That's actual dialogue.
Are you thinking how to work this out? Same thing I'm thinking how to work this out?
He speaks in origami. But you have to focus on the center of his palindrome, and it folds out, and then you're like, oh my God, he's a genius. It's like, here we go, like, slavery, not a good thing, cuz human, not a good thing, cuz, and you're like, oh, wait, whoa, my blood. Anyways, and then
so what happens?
Well, I'll tell you what happens.
Is that Act 1? Or is that...
There's the crossing of the threshold is, of course, the guy's gonna start fucking the woman, but the guy keeps backing into shit in the room, and they keep getting startled.
I found 3 other that dropped off the train. Just like it.
And he's got all the status, and then he starts having sex. He's going like, "Oh, I love my hoverboard," and then the alpha guy is fucking his wife, and he tries to get it back by going like,
I think it's a nerd board.
But it's like, oh no, you shouldn't even have tried. Like he's fucking owning you. Right. Like the guy is he's fucking great.
What is the Act 2 crisis?
Well, it's always like then the woman in a good cuckold porn, good in air quotes. I think the woman will go like, "You get over here and you suck his dick."
Wait, the guy has to get off the hoverboard and suck the alpha guy's dick?
That's right, San Francisco. Looks like someone came in a little higher than you. You thought you were all impressed with yourselves, yeah. Maybe I watched a couple dudes and a fucking girl, and one guy sucked the other guy's dick tonight. She goes like, suck that guy's dick or lick his balls, and then the guy gets on the bed and he starts licking the other guy's balls, but he's looking off in the distance and going, and the look on his face. It looks like he's the kid from Pet Sematary. Like he's like he doesn't again. He's not he's not low status. Like he controls the room.
Wait, the wife said you lick
his balls.
Get off the hoverboard and lick the alpha male's balls.
In cuckold porn, there's not always the male on male thing, but it's a typical of cuckold porn. Where the woman will say to the beta male, she'll go, now you do this. And then this guy eventually starts blowing that guy. That's the other hilarious part is that then the alpha male always has this way. It's like the other guy is going down at him, and then the alpha male goes like,
I don't know if I agreed to this.
Like 4 bobs in.
Yeah, that's basically that. Clearly, this porn he's talking about needed a better script, or a script. You know. Although I have to say, I think a Final Fantasy porn parody would be pretty sweet. You know. Of course, the story would have to be like Cloud's fucking Tifa and Aerith, you know. And then all of a sudden Sephiroth comes in. He's a guy with a really long dick. And he just comes in naked, right? Or pants, cock exposed. And that Sephiroth theme just starts playing. As he fucks the girl who's playing Aerith, you know? The Robin Williams porn rant from Weapons of Self-Destruction?
If that doesn't work, there's always pornography. And the definition of pornography is quite simple. Erotic is using a feather. Pornography is using the entire chicken, which is weird. And I've been watching a little bit of porn since I've been on the road. A little, shut up. And with porn movies, they don't have coming attractions, because if it was, you'd be like, oh, done, thank you, fine. With porn movies, when you're watching them, it's basically, they're an hour and a half long. And who watches an entire fucking porn movie? One guy up there going, I do. But an entire porn, an hour and a half long, even with fast forwarding. Fast forwarding, you're like, what? No! And the one thing you don't want with porn is basically slow motion, because it's like, ah. And the acting in porn movies is always so bad. There's always that one girl who's like, it's not Miss America, stay with the dick, what are you doing? And why do they always have to have such bad actors when they're always like, I'm going to fuck you so hard. Even my right hand is going, I don't believe him. But there's scripts for porn movies. Somebody's writing this stuff going, I'm going to fuck you so hard. You little whore. Okay, that's it for today. And then they're on a porn movie set going, I'm going to fuck you, line. Fuck you hard, you little whore. Thank you, I just need a moment. And that's fucking weird, too. And there's been porn for centuries. Was there radio porn? Was there George Burns going, well, teabag me, Gracie? I don't know. Did John Wayne have a Brokeback Mountain moment of going, well, Stuffy, we're going up the old Jism Trail right now. God damn it, here we go. And Walter Brennan going, oh, Duke, you're tearing my ass apart, goddamn. I can't quit you, I can't goddamn quit you. Was Gregory Peck going, I'm going to glaze you like a Danish. Did Jimmy Stewart basically go, oh, well, just play with my balls just a little bit, yeah. Just jangle the twins around him and put a finger in my hiney if you're a friend, yeah. Two if you're a pal, yeah. There's one guy who could do porn and I think we all would watch. That guy is Chris Walken. Oh, God, yes. Oh, my God, he would be amazing. Chris would be up there going, I'm inside you. So deep inside you now, fucking you now, inside you, deep inside you now, yes, now. I came an hour ago. And it's not bad enough they make porn movies, they make porn movies of my movies. They make Good Will Humping, it's okay. Wet Dreams May Come, all right. Snatch Adams, that was scary. A clown with a strap on, fuck off. You know, Popeye, I would watch. Popeye be like,
Oh, God, yes, Olive, oh, yeah, come on now, yeah. Blow me now, yeah. Come on, Olive, oh, yeah, you got no tits in a tight box. Yeah. Oh, God, oh, God, I creamed me spinach, yeah.
good night.
Did you blow your entire CGI/prosthetics budget on that?
It's interesting, bed in my head. And then I had to do all these exercises after normally with like, and have Charlize Theron in her underwear. This couldn't be like Michael Moore or it's gonna be and having to figure that out.
Where is that Patton Oswalt bit about like Daniel Day-Lewis fucking doing phone sex? Was it Daniel Day-Lewis? I think it was Daniel Day-Lewis. Hold on. Yeah. It was Daniel Day-Lewis. Okay. Okay, I think I found it.
Has everyone here seen There Will Be Blood? Have you seen it now? That movie? Oh my God. I've seen it twice now. It's so fucking good. Holy shit. Although, here's my only problem with There Will Be Blood. Daniel Day-Lewis is amazing, but he's too amazing for the movie. If a guy like that existed in real life, if the Daniel Plainview character existed with that intensity all the time, people would just be constantly going, hey, are you really this fucking intense, or are you, like, fucking with me? Because this is real? I just wanted to make sure, because you just asked me what time it was, and I took 8 Frady peas, so I don't know. This is real. You real? Okay. I'm so glad the strike is over. I want to get my job back at Mad TV for 1 week and just pitch Daniel Plainview sketches, just shoving him into different situations. That character. That if that movie was, if you know, that'll be the new Rain Man. By the way, that character, people will just do that.
Oh, hang on a minute. Do you want a reason to feel good about voting for Biden this November? Because I got one. I just got one right now over the phone. Joe Biden may have just saved the video game industry. I'm not kidding. Because thanks to the rules put in place by Joe Biden's FTC, Bethesda Studios has just unionized. They have also, that is, the Biden administration, has also made non-compete clauses illegal. If you don't know what a non-compete clause is, that means two things. One of which is explicit, the other which is implicit. Or sorry, implied. One, it means that people are allowed to now search for jobs with other companies while they're working for a major studio. Before, you couldn't do that. Or you could, but it was illegal. Now, here's the thing that it implies. Here's the quiet part. It also means that companies are not going to be able to claim that you were working on their dime when working on a personal project outside of office hours. Like did any of you know the story of the Bratz dolls and like what happened to that guy? The guy who made those? Well, basically, Mattel sued him because they said they owned Bratz because he was working for them when he created them. And he was like, but I didn't create them at work. I created them in my off hours. And they were like, no, it doesn't matter. We own you. All work that you do on or off hours belongs to Mattel because we own you. We own all your work. That's now illegal. That is now illegal. You can't do that anymore. The part of any such contract which states that is invalid. And the thing that makes me mad is that this whole Biden is bad candidate and all that shit, that is, all right. The debate wasn't great. The debate was bad. I'll give you that. It was bad. But are we smarter than that? Like, aren't we smarter than that? Like, we know how this bullshit rolls. We know how this bullshit rolls. We know that we understand media bullshit, media hogwash. Yeah, Obama's first debate for the second campaign was not that great either. It was bad too. We're smarter than this. What I'm saying is, I don't know if the world has realized it yet. In fact, I don't think. Yeah, you fell for the trap card. Yeah, exactly. They fell for the trap. You know, don't fall for the trap. Trap is bullshit. Trap is bullshit. Whole point of the trap is to get you to not show up in November. That's the point of the trap right now. That's what they want. And you're like, well, why is the news doing this? What do they get out of it? The people who own all the news companies are Trump supporters because they're all Republicans. And I don't mean like nominally Republican. I mean like they are Trump's backers. Like the owner of MSNBC, he backs Trump with big money. Big money. Didn't you think it was a little weird that, like, there's been no citizen fundraising this time round? Did you notice that was missing? Remember back in the Obama days? That was a big thing. That was a huge thing. So what happened? Citizens United happened. Citizens United happened. The decision which said that, like, oh yeah, corporations are people and can donate any amount. So now they do. That's 2019. That was in 2019. You know, and some people are talking about, oh, why is Hulk Hogan at the RNC? And I'm like, because all those wrestlers are Republicans. All of them. Well, maybe. Well, Mick Foley might not be, but like every other one is a Republican. I guarantee it. You know? So what I'm saying is that this thing may have just turned around because like this shit I'm talking about, like that just happened. You know, Bethesda unionized today. No wonder they want the president to have such unilateral power. They want to be able to knock down all the progress that's being made. So, you know, vote down ballot. Find someone in down ballot that you can really get into who is not a Republican. You can find one of them. You can find one of them, and your vote will really matter at that point. It'll matter for really real. Don't wait for those motherfuckers to start slinging mud, throwing shade. You find your candidate and you do it for them on those down ballot fucking elections. Trust me, it works better than you think. You can win. Still working, hoping for the dark horse moment? Dude. They can if they want, but I don't know. Who's in the running? Yeah, who would you get? Like, the only guy who's even got a shot. There's one guy got a shot. And that's Gavin Newsom. He's the only one. He's the only one. And he's not in the running. He's not running for president. To have a dark horse, they have to at least be in the running. We got nobody. So as I keep saying, it's one thing to replace Biden, but with who? Who? But don't forget down ballot. That's what democracy is really going to count. You think your senator or your governor or your judges, you think their politics ain't going to matter? Fuck yeah, they do. They matter more. Yeah, time for the DNC Alternatives was primary. Yeah, you can't do it now. There's no one to fucking switch them up with. Because I'm like, if Gavin Newsom's not even running, he's looking to complete his term. He has his eyes set on to 2028. Oh, Bernie Sanders with the steel chair would be amazing. But I don't know. Well, like, here's the problem now. Everyone's so busy picking on Biden's age. I don't know if they'd go for Bernie. Plus, he's not in the running. He's not a candidate. There was no primary. You know, the Democratic Party was like, well, except for that one time, like, fucking with James K. Polk, like, no one ever beats an incumbent. Like, not in a primary. So why bother? And I'm not saying that's always a good idea, but it's how that works. But what I'm saying is that if you care about your game devs, particularly in the AAA industry, if you care about your game devs who made the games that you love, vote Biden. Because the unionization of the video game industry was him. It was him. It was his FTC. It was his guys. They did it. You want that to go away and all the money go to the lazy execs and fucking and their bullshit? Vote Trump. And I guarantee you will have fewer video games to worry about. Just flat out. And I'm watching people make these stupid decisions, right? You know, I'm watching like the entertainment and fucking gaming and game industries. Gambling notwithstanding. Make these dumbass fucking decisions. Bethesda shouldn't have had to unionize. And in the old days, they wouldn't have had to. For the simple reason that the studio wasn't big enough to necessitate it. Or rather, a better way of putting it is they weren't going to get anything out of a union, the studio, because the studio just didn't have that many people in it. You know, like if you have a studio of like, you know, less than 200 people total, you know, including like the execs and the middle managers and all that jazz, you don't really get anything from a union unless they're part of a larger union that handles the entire industry or a larger section of the industry. You know, like if there used to be like if there was like an animators union. That, you know, then there would be a reason for a small studio to have people who were in unions. QA testers union. Like, that doesn't exist. It might now. It might soon. And I guarantee one thing that fucking QA fucking union is going to want. And you're going to be, and I just want to run you through it now so you understand why they're going to ask for it. They're going to ask that the devs be held accountable for bugs that they do not fix. Now, outside of job satisfaction, which don't discount that, the reason is because QA gets fired for the negligence of the devs all the time. And anyone who's worked QA knows when everyone gets on Reddit and starts complaining about, didn't they find this in test? The answer is yes, they did. Test, QA always finds it. Always. I have never seen it not be the case. Remember that initial Cyberpunk launch? And what a boondoggle that was? QA found that. How could they not have found that? All they had to do was load the game. They knew. They fucking knew. They did it anyway. They decided not to address it anyway. Those bugs that fucking fucked your account or like reformatted your memory card back when those were a thing, they found that. They just decided, the company just decided not to do anything about it. You know how I know that? Besides having actually done that job for a long time, which that should be enough. You know who doesn't have those bugs? Who doesn't? Nintendo. Because Nintendo takes that very, very seriously. Because when they say they want you to keep playing their games, they mean it. Motherfucker's got to load. Motherfucker has to do the right command every time. Every goddamn time. That's why the Legend of Zelda games work so well. Now, it's also why they don't do a lot of online shit. You feel me? Like, it's also why they don't do a lot of online shit. You know, because they need that thing. They want that thing at 100%. They will cut a feature if it is only 90% fucking there. They will cut it. They will, ruthlessly. If you want to know why sometimes Nintendo goes, yeah, we canceled that project. Oh, that's the other thing about Nintendo. They don't make an announcement until they're absolutely sure they can deliver. Like they are about to deliver when Nintendo makes an announcement. That's the kind of company they are. That's the kind of game studio that they run. It is known to be high satisfaction, but a lot of work. Lots of work, but high satisfaction. I have been walked through Nintendo's QA process. And it is eye-opening. It is eye-opening because no one else does this. And back in the early 2000s, I don't know about today, but in the early 2000s, Nintendo, you would write up your bug, print it out, put it in an outbox in your cubicle. Every hour, a lady would walk by, take all the bugs out of your outbox, and put a stack of papers in your inbox, and those were the bugs from yesterday that had been addressed. And they're asking you to confirm it. No database. No database. You make a copy for yourself and a copy for them. When it's addressed, you throw it out. When you're like, this bug is cleared, I confirm it. Gone. You toss it. Because they know if it's not fixed, one of you is going to find it again. All you do is play that game. Of course you're going to find it, because every time you run into a bug, do you feel neutral about it? Fuck no. You're mad. You're mad, or you know you're cheating. Because that's how people interact with games. Oh, and that's the other brilliant thing. The devs, the turnaround on a bug for the Nintendo devs is like an hour. If they have to hold on to that thing for a whole day, you know what that's called? A major problem. And that's what I mean by huge amount of work, high satisfaction. People love working for that company. Those are QA jobs people would kill for. So I guarantee when QA unionizes, they will. They're going to ask for dev accountability. To be accountable for all the bugs they didn't try to fix. And they'll be right to do it. They will be right to do it. Because QA is the reason everyone hates QA. It isn't the playing of the games. It isn't the grind. It's being shit on for the laziness of the devs. But the devs are overworked. Why is that QA's problem? Why does QA get the shit for that? Shouldn't that go up the ladder? That should go up the ladder. QA in almost every company gets blamed for everything. But they did their job. They always do their job. Collectively. Sure, some individuals ain't worth shit. But that's kind of true in everything. You can't get mad at people for meeting expectation. We found it, fix it. And if you don't fix it, that's not on us. We're not allowed to fix it. We're not allowed to touch the code. Best companies to work for, one where the devs will come over and go like, you got to show me this bug. You have to demonstrate this bug. That has happened to me a grand total of 3 times, and all 3 times were at the same company. And their games worked. That was Toys for Bob. I don't know how they're doing these days. Back when I worked there, they may not have been working on anything really exciting at the time, because this is before Skylanders. But that motherfucker worked. I'm so proud of the work we did, because we did it with a team of 5 QA people. We found everything. They fixed everything. When we got into a challenge with the devs did, well, Terry the closer. That man, that guy was the fucking Batman of QA. He was the fucking Batman of QA, I'm telling you. Fucking, I think he was Australian. He might have been New Zealander. He might have been from New Zealand originally. Like, obviously, he lives in America now. Always came to work in a rugby jersey. Always. And he was an intense guy. He was intimidating. But I was never afraid of him. Not because there wasn't something to be afraid of, but because I knew what he wanted. He wanted me to be no bullshit. He wanted me to not give him any bullshit. And I didn't. And he admitted when he was wrong. That was big. That was big. I remember I like I've told this story before. I got hauled into his office to show him a bug. He's like, "This bug isn't happening." I'm like, "Yes, Terry, it is. It is happening." He's like, "Well, you're going to come into my fucking office and you're going to show me." And I'm like, "Let's go." Got me on the dev machine. He's looking at all the numbers. I do the bug. I'm like, "There it is." He's like, "Do it again." Bing. I see what happened. I see what's happening. Okay, thank you. You're right. That is a problem. There's a memory leak here. All right, you can go back. Just that. That's all I needed. Good job. Like you found a thing that I missed. Thank you. Okay, right. I'll go back to debugging and helping manage the team then. And while Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam was not the greatest game ever made, that motherfucker worked. And some of the devs would actually take QA advice. We're like, this isn't really a bug, but it is something everyone's complaining about. Or QA thinks this. And they respected us enough to give us an answer even if it didn't get changed. The most common reason... The most common response we had to those kinds of things, some of them did get fixed. Some of them did get changed. But the ones that didn't, it always came down to, that's a great idea. We do not have time. We are literally too far along in the dev process to change that. Which was like, okay. Like, that's valid. Oh, you like Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam? You're welcome. You're welcome. Like, that was one of the few games I thought actually used the Wii remote really well. Yeah, and that's because, like, Terry was the interface guy. Like, Terry was an amazing, like, fucking game controller expert. That guy understood, like, controller interface better than anybody. I'm like, it should be required. It should have been required at Activision that if you were gonna fucking do controller interface, you should have had to have like taken a seminar or a fucking class or the mentorship or something of Terry the Closer. Because he was amazing. Oh my God. Yeah, that's one of those games where it was like, this is not the greatest game I've ever, this ain't the hotness, but damn, I'm proud that we've like made this thing work. I was so proud we made that work. Oh, man. I wonder if I can... Holy shit. Oh, they're playing it. Oh, they're playing it without the music. It's not the same without soundtrack. Hang on a moment. Because fuck it. We're going to do it. Let's take you back. Back into time. The early 2000s. The console wars. Sega was still making things. And they had hitched their wagon on one game. A game that can be identified by one sound, one song, one sensation.
Day after day, your life's a wreck. The powers that be just bring down your neck. You get no respect, you get no relief. You gotta speak up and yell out your grief. So back up the rules, back up the job, 'cause I'm sick of not living to stay alive. Leave me alone, I feel alive. I don't wanna be controlled. It's all I want. It's all I want. It's all I want. It's all I want. How many times is it gonna take till someone around you hears what you say? You try being cool, you feel like a lie. You play by the rules, now pleasure to try. So back up your rules.
Yeah, welcome back to Crazy Taxi. Good time. Okay. Just doing my job.
I said it before, I say it again. You can just listen and it might make sense.
No such thing as bad punk dancing. You're either dancing or you ain't. Yeah, that's right. Hey, for that matter, let's take another trip down memory lane with a Dreamcast favorite. a time when this was all the rage coming out of Japan. And who remembers this one?
Let's look at the funk.
Could you stop playing with that radio of yours? I'm trying to get to sleep. Could you stop playing with that radio of yours? I'm trying to get to sleep. Could you stop? Could you stop? I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to.
Hell yeah, it's Jet Grind Radio.
This is most disturbing.
They actually did a spiritual sequel not too long ago. I think Bomb Rush Cyberfunk was the spiritual successor to that game. So much so that it actually has some of the Jet Grind Radio characters in it. And it's got this classic.
Let me see you shake that ass, 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 ass. Let me see you shake that ass, 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 ass. Ass, 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 ass. Let me see. Ass, 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 ass. Shake it, shake it, mama. Shake it for me. Let me see with that ass, 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 ass. Work it good, work it the best. Ooh. Let me know what.
Yeah. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is... It's Jet Grind Radio on steroids. The control scheme, the interface, you're probably not going to notice this. But the interface, the controller interface is amazing. It's perfectly responsive. The whole game is based on never stop. I don't know exactly what they did, but it's fucking amazing. Oh man, I see that. Wait, did Zero Punk shoot? Did the fucking Escapist fucking? Huh? Did they rehire fucking Yahtzee? Because he apparently reviewed this game like a couple months back. I thought like he had gotten fired.
Oh boy, I've been looking forward to Bomb Rush Cyberfunk, and yes, that was the last time I'm going to call it by its actual name. We like to have fun taking the piss out of titles here on Zero Punctuation, and this is enough meat to see me through the winter right here. Can't even say it without sounding like a confused grandparent reading aloud the highlighted words on the side of their grandchild's can of energy drink. Talk about a verbal car crash. I don't even know where to put the dry heave, or even if I'd be dry heaving because of unnecessary colons, or just dry heaving unrelatedly. Well anyway, pace yourself, Yart. Start with a mild one. Bum Rush Cyberflunk is a new game very deliberately setting out to evoke the Dreamcast's classic graffiti skating game Jet Set Radio, also known as Jet Grind Radio, apparently in accordance with the rule that this kind of thing has to be titled the way an oblivious mother dresses their child in a three-piece tartan suit for their first day of school. This isn't one of those Bloodstained or Mighty No. 9, also by the same author, stealth remake situations. The original devs aren't involved as far as I know, but the desire to be a pseudo-stealth sequel to Jet Something Radio hangs off of bum-flush Kyber junk like an infected piercing. It's got a similar visual style, i.e. like the Saturday morning cartoon version of You Got Served, and it's gone out of its way to look convincingly like a game on the Dreamcast, i.e. like a Playmobil set based on the above that got sneezed on by a coal miner, all janky animation and blurry textures. And of course the gameplay is based around skating...
Janky animation? I don't know what game he's playing.
The overfunded police department, all set to music that sounds like a very excitable person got their synthesizer caught in a car door. The story is, you play a graffiti artist skater boy who gets busted out of prison by another graffiti artist skater boy, but gets decapitated by an insane DJ on the way out. So the second skater boy, instead of like calling a doctor or asking if you're okay or anything like that, jams a robot head on your body and announces you're going to help him and his crew take over the city. His crew consisting of you, him, and some perpetually jiggling girl who hangs around very conspicuously not explaining her presence. From this I got the impression that the plot of Poo Tush Pile-a-Spunk doesn't actually matter that much, which is a shame because it started mattering later on and I kinda wished I'd paid more attention. Meanwhile, your actual task is to go to each district of the city, paint over all the occupying gangs' graffiti, and then challenge them to a stylish skating contest. Thankfully, this isn't one of those serious skating games where there's a dedicated control for everything from pushing off to diving face first into a concrete step. Again, it's the Saturday morning cartoon version. You snap onto grind rails like they're made of streaky bacon and your board is an unsupervised Labrador, and then press buttons to do tricks. Oh, but don't just randomly mash the trick buttons, warns one of your NPC friends, and then the actual gameplay waits for her to leave and says, yeah, just randomly mash the trick buttons, it's fine. Still, I was missing something, because when I challenged the Southside Crapouts, or whatever the very first easiest to beat gang in the game were called, they proceeded to stomp me in stylishness points no matter how many ollies I cracked off in a row. I dropped the game for a few days after that, but something made me go back. Maybe it was every other game I played that week not quite scratching the right square inch of bollock, or maybe it was the innate charm of bong hit cider drunks retro graphics, tragically 90s vibe, and endless parade of gyrating bottoms. I returned to the battlefield and remembered that games without rewarding stylishness very rarely actually do. I mean, if an AI can't even point out all the squares containing traffic lights, why would you think it knows anything about style? No, the thing to do in this sort of game is figure out the one thing the game gives inordinately high points to and then do that over and over again. In the case of Bum Gush Diarrhea Bucket, your secret weapon is the corner. Yes, those innocuous seeming points where two grind rails meet from different angles aren't just jolly useful for pedestrian safety, they're the secret path to victory. Every time you lean into a corner while rail grinding, you add one to your score multiplier and that shit mounts up. You do have to lean into it though, circumnavigate an entire food court while standing upright, boo.
Okay, like this is a terrible review. That's wow.
Bomb Rush Cyberfunk had to be one of my most anticipated games for this year. I was incredibly stoked for this game ever since the 15-second teaser dropped back in 2020, which I had to have watched at least 24 times because I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. After nearly 20 years without a new Jet Set Radio game, Bomb Rush Cyberfunk looked like it was aiming to recapture everything that made those games brilliant, from its platformer/action sport gameplay to its bright and eye-catching
Australian accent, but yes.
Art style. This trailer showed tons of promise, right down to music composed by Hideki Naganuma himself. And while I was obviously very excited for this game because of its similarities to Jet Set Radio, I also was hopeful that Bomb Rush Cyberfunk would surpass its inspirations and find its own unique identity that pushes Jet Set Radio's legacy forward, but in its own distinct way that doesn't feel like it's resting on its influences too much. And I'm happy to say that while Bomb Rush Cyberfunk wears its influences loudly on its sleeve, it is also brimming with unique ideas, mechanically rich gameplay, and a distinct personality that is totally worth your time and attention, whether you're a fan of of Jet Set Radio or not. You see, typically, games that set out to pay homage to a specific game or series often have a difficult obstacle to surmount, and that's the original works that inspire it in the first place. When creating a game that's directly inspired by another game, it can be difficult to not just compete with that original work, but you'll also be competing with players' nostalgic attachment to that original work. Players will often incessantly compare your game with their rose-tinted memories of the very games that inspired you, and it can be difficult to push past the stigma of the games that inspired your work. However, when developers are able to take those inspirations and create something new, distinct, and original from those inspirations, that's where you can find games in the sweet spot that feel familiar yet fresh. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is one of these games. While yes, it is obviously inspired by Jet Set Radio from its art style to its action sport/platformer gameplay, it takes this foundation in a new direction that is refined, consistently enjoyable, and uniquely its own. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is, like I mentioned, an action sport game mixed with a platformer. So you'll see yourself platforming across buildings to reach higher places and find secrets, but to do this you'll be jumping out of half pipes, riding on walls, and grinding on rails, all while performing tricks to maximize your score. All of this is very similar to Jet Set Radio in general, but where Bomb Rush Cyberpunk differentiates itself from those games is how it approaches movement. The original Jet Set Radio, while it is a game that I quite enjoy, has characters that feel very rigid and heavy. Building up speed is rewarding, but very difficult in this game, and it can often take a good amount of practice before you can really...
Okay, I gotta figure out. I know the song that's playing in the background of this, but I gotta find it. Hang on. I got the soundtrack here. We're just gonna quickly go for the first few seconds of each so I can find the fucker. Nah. Nope. There we go. Funk Express. Shoulda known. This kind of music, I forget what it's called, because it's a type of like drum and bass type music that was really popular in Japan, and it has a name, but I can't remember it. Like it's almost particular to Japan. Yeah, it was really super. It had its peak in the 90s. And it involved not only original tracks, but like a lot of DJ mixing. City Pop? Is that what it's called? I remember there was this one DJ, and unfortunately, I can barely remember his name these days. But his name was like Captain DJ Cyberpunk or something. Or Captain Cyberpunk or something. It was like that. And a friend of mine, Sam, who's unfortunately passed, so I can't ask him. Though I could ask Chris. Because me, Chris, and Sam used to be like the three fucking musketeers. We were like the three raver musketeers, man. But Sam had one of this guy's albums, one of his mixes, and it was amazing. We played it at almost every party.
What do you get when you mix Contra, Castlevania, and a dash of Shinobi together? Well, you get Wallachia Reign of Dracula from Megami Games, a studio better known for their Castlevania fan games. This, however, is an original title and is now out on the Nintendo Switch. We're going to see how it is. Supposed to go on a journey with your dog.
All right, fuck that.
Two Konami series blending perfectly in an arcade run and gun. Chance to use the spread arrow used to in these regards in terms of what.
Oh, I was hoping you were running around with a sword.
To memorize the VGNY's website. Action with slick controls, presentation. Thank you greatly for your support.
Yeah, City Pop, huh? See if I can. Don't know. It's the greatest hits of. No, it's not quite it. Yeah, because he doesn't. This was a DJ, not a singer. You know, because back in the days when like DJs were like big. Let's see, famous Japanese DJs from the 90s. I don't think it was this guy, but. Let's see. KS Straight? No. No, this is not. Do DJs actually do anything? Back in the day, they did. Back in the day, they did. They really fucking did. Anyway, I think that's enough of me going down memory lane. I think I'm gonna have to. I gotta like. There's some shit I gotta attend to, so I think I'm gonna end here. But I want to thank all of you for coming down. Avitas Disco Inferno. Remember, Satan and I love y'all very much. If you feel like donating, please do. We could always use some cash around here. You know? And I'll see you next time. I'll see you on Monday, 7 o'clock, PST, Pacific Standard Time. I'll talk to you all later. You take care.